Hey, this is Alicia from Teachers Rise, and I'm here to talk to you about a very important topic which will help to support our well-being as educators. So stay tuned. So, are you feeling overwhelmed with all the tasks and responsibilities you have to complete in a day? Do you feel sometimes as if the day is just running by and you're just not getting things done? And as a result of this, you are really unable to set aside time for yourself? Well, today in this video, I'm going to share with you some time management tips that you could start immediately to support your well-being. So before we actually jump into the tips that I'm going to share with you today, it should be noted that time management is not a skill that we are born with. In fact, like any other skill, it's something that we have to develop and work at so that we can actually include it into our habits and make it part of our daily lives. So tip one, the first tip that you want to get into practice immediately is to conduct a time audit. And what is a time audit? A time audit is simply a tool that you could use to actually track how you use your time. It helps you actually to get a really clear picture as to how you utilize your time on a daily basis. It is done by simply jotting down the events and tasks that you complete in a day, maybe in 30-minute or 1 hour intervals over a period of a few days. I would recommend a week. Now, in doing the time audit, you will then be able to identify and categorize tasks and responsibilities and identify tasks that you are able to do within certain time limits. And then you will identify those tasks or those things that just pop up and waste your time. Now, conducting this time audit is crucial. It is actually the first step one should take as they begin the journey or understanding the skill of time management. So tip two is to prioritize. And what does this entail? It means to plan for self, family, and work. And this is where most of us actually struggle. Okay, what you want to do is identify your short-term and long-term goals as they relate to yourself, your family, and your work. Now, goals related to self generally fall into the category of long-term goals and long-term planning. However, to achieve them, you really have to break them up into smaller tasks that will be completed over time. And this is where time management really comes into play, or the skill of identifying what is important to you in the long run and the different steps that you will take in order to get there. Okay, generally, we often would identify work first and leave ourselves for last. And this is where many of us are unable to cater to our needs. Many of us aren't able to see about our well-being because we are overwhelmed by what we have to do at work. And because we're not managing our time effectively, we actually don't get to the point of focusing on self. So we are doing this in terms of identifying what is important and prioritizing in order to maintain balance and to support your well-being. Now, you could begin this immediately, and one of the ways that you could do this is simply by having weekly and daily to-do lists. You can, on the weekend, identify the various tasks and responsibilities that you need to achieve and complete in the upcoming week and list them out by importance. The to-do list or the daily to-do list is something that you would put into practice the night before, and then in the morning you review it and get your day done. So by prioritizing your tasks, you'll be able to identify what is important and most of all, complete those things that are most important initially, and then deal with the others as the day progresses. Tip three, identify your most important times. Now, you will be able to identify these times after completing your time audit, you will see the times that you're able, or parts of the day where you're able to actually put out more work in shorter periods of time. Now, this could be about a 1 hour or 2 hour period, 2.5 hour period. It's not going to be more than that, and it's different for everyone. I for sure am a night owl, so I find myself being most productive in the later hours of the day. You might be someone who is most productive as you get up in the morning, your mental state is going. It's during these times that you will really focus on tasks that require a lot of mental work, and that is those related to generally our work as educators. And therefore, it's during these times that you will do lesson planning, you will get resources, you will put together products, you will do outlines, you could even correct and give feedback to students. You could also engage in professional development. In our case right now, you can focus on learning different online tools to improve your instruction, or you can engage in meetings with other professionals and share ideas. Now, it is during these times where you are most productive that you are alert and focused and energized. And as a result, you are able to complete tasks effectively and most of all, efficiently, helping to cater to your overall well-being. Tip 4, practice time blocking. And what is time blocking? Well, time blocking is simply a method of managing or breaking up your time into blocks of time. Okay, it is a bit more than just simply writing down the to-do list. What it entails is that it provides you with the ability to schedule, and what gets scheduled get done. Scheduling provides predictability. It helps to reassure you of organization in your day, right? It reassures you that things will be completed. Now, you assign certain tasks to certain times of the day, and it is important that you block out time for self, family, and work. As educators, generally work would have a specific time in the day, especially during the week. It is around this time that you then block out times for family, self-care, and that type of stuff. It is important, most of all, for you to be realistic with your time blocking boundaries. And what will help you is by going back to your time audit and looking at the length of time that you would really take to complete a task, and then blocking out that time in your time blocking schedule. Finally, when you are doing longer time block periods, like maybe an hour, you want to include short breaks within that block of time. It's crucial that you do take breaks within your block of times just to help with mental reload and getting back to a place of thinking correctly and making sure that your ideas are flowing. Now, time blocking is a crucial skill which supports time management. However, it's not just an easy skill. It does get better over time. You will get better over time. And you will see, as you continue to practice time blocking, you will see the benefits of time blocking in your life, in your daily outlook on life, and how you're able to achieve your overall goals as educators. So tip 5, cater to yourself. Now, this entire aspect or focus on time management, especially to support your well-being, is a focus on you, and therefore you must schedule time for you. And time taken for self should not cause you to feel any level of anxiety. In fact, this time should take you to your happy place. It is where you are doing or you are engaged in activities that support your emotional, mental, and physical well-being. You can block your time anytime you wish in your day, right? There's no specific time where you need to exercise or you need to engage in journaling or so forth. You want to ensure that these times could be from between maybe 10 to 15 minutes to as long as an hour within a daily plan or schedule. Okay, they can include but are not limited to things like short walks. You can take a short walk in your garden, in your yard, walk around your house, go and smell the flowers, go and tend to your vegetables and plants. You can engage in meditating or breathing exercises. Journaling is really good. It helps you to express yourself and to bring what may be on your mind out. Okay, you can listen to your favorite music that can calm you. I for sure love to listen to old time calypsos. So engage in whatever you like. You can have a glass of your favorite drink, whether it's alcoholic or non-alcoholic. You could even maybe call a friend who you know is going to provide some positive talk during these times. So it's time where you really focus on just uplifting your mental and emotional state as well. You could take time out and read parts of your favorite book, by a favorite author, or focus on books which cater to self-care. It is important that catering to yourself is part or included in your time management planning and engaging in activities that will foster a better you overall will support your well-being. So tip 6, reduce distractions. Now we have to accept that distractions will occur, and what we can do is actually be proactive and put things into place to reduce the distractions. So prior to engaging in tasks, you can remove things that will distract you, for instance, your phone or other devices. You can either put it in another room, put it on silence, or completely switch it off. One way also is that you can put on a headphone. Headphones help to reduce any background noise that could be around you. And it also lets others know that maybe you don't want to be interrupted at this time. And finally, in helping to reduce distractions, you can set clear boundaries with the persons around you at home and at work. You can let others know that at particular times you do not wish to be interrupted. You can let colleagues know at certain times you are not going to engage in phone calls. These are going to help you to be actually more effective in your day and help you to complete tasks that you have designated for specific times. Reducing distraction is part of the overall time management skill that we are focused on to improve and support our well-being. I hope you found this video to be very helpful, and therefore in the description below I have provided some tools that you can start to use immediately to get into the habit of managing your time more effectively. These tools include a time audit template, a weekly and daily to-do list, and some posters that you could put up for others to know that you are engaged in a particular